Hello my dear versus serious fanatics, anxious to see another deadly combat. This time we're gonna find out if Paladin and Dark Knight CECIL Harvey can catch up to Noctis, Lucis Calum, the one and only king of Lucis. We start with our beloved Paladin from Final Fantasy IV. CECIL Harvey is a 20-year-old knight in King Baron's service. He's the son of the Lunarians Cecilia and Cluya Harvey, who have been killed shortly after Cecil's birth. His older brother Theodore takes baby Cecil and heads to the kingdom of Baron, where he left him. The king finds and raises him. He grows up together with the dragoon Cain Highwind and Rosa Farrell, a white mage. Cecil becomes a dark knight, who knows how to use the mights of the dark and can be incredibly powerful.
This is what we were sent to do.
So powerful that it dazzles him, and he blindly follows every order his king commands. After destroying a village and killing innocent people with a fire ring, he suddenly notices what he's been doing all the time and recognizes that his king has been deceived as well. The root of all evil is Zerumus, an evil entity of the territory of the Lunarians who wants to snatch all the crystals in order to destroy Earth. His brother calls himself Golbez now, and is being manipulated by Zerumus too. Even Cain works for him potwise. Cecil assembles a team of brave warriors and mages who seek to put an end to this nightmare. But the thing that makes him strong enough to be able to battle Golbez and Zerumus is his epic transformation from Dark Knight to Paladin, from evil to good. After realizing his own mistakes and vices, he's chosen to be a warrior of light. Cecil fights right-handedly, with a one-handed sword, both as Dark and Good Knight, which is either the Dark Claw or the Light Fang, but he can also be equipped with great swords, axes and shields, in Dissidia even with spears and katanas. As a Dark Knight, he masters the ability Dark Force, which parts him from an eighth of his HP rate to attack with double damage. His best weapons as a paladin would be Lightbringer, which casts Holy sometimes and raises his agility, or Ragnarok, that is very effective against the undead. Concerning his healing powers, Cecil is well resourced as soon as he becomes a paladin. He manages to cast low healing spells like Cure, Asana and Protect, later even stronger ones like Teleport and Life. His defense is by far the highest of the group. He can equip the heaviest armor and still stays agile enough to avoid some attacks, and additionally, he can also shelter his teammates from physical damage to a certain extent.
Step aside, Rosa.
Cecil is a kind, honest, loyal, and trustworthy man with a gallant temper, always in fear about the ones he cares, and he's often bothered by self-doubts if he's doing the proper thing and so on. But when he's free from his disbelief, he can grow quite serious and strong-willed. He only has to be sure that it's all in good cause. Now let's see who he's beaten. I mean, of course, he wouldn't have managed to beat these villains on his own, but the other way around wouldn't have worked either. The group is nothing without Cecil. He is the leading man, like Voltaire used to say. So Cecil fought the 4 elemental archfiends, even Robekante, the Fire Lord, who is really powerful. Then Golbez a few times. Okay, he didn't really beat him because at the end he fought at his side, but let's go on with that. At the end he defeated Zemus, or let's say Zerumus, the evil itself, which is without a doubt the most severe fiend Final Fantasy IV has to offer. Well, that's already an amount you can be proud of. Without a qualm, I would send him into a lonely fight against the dragon and still be dead certain of his return. This leads us to the next object of desire, Prince Noctis, who must face the famous Cecil Harvey. Is he strong enough? We'll see about that. He is the son of King Regis, which makes him the crown prince of the kingdom of Lucis. He can wield the power of the Lucians, who kind of remind me of the Lunarians from 4. Some heavenly might that is connected to the crystal somehow. He also meets his responsibilities by watching over the crystal that protects the whole kingdom. His armory is widespread. He can literally carry any weapon, from daggers and guns to great swords or axes. He specialized in using the royal arms, with there are 13 of them to find in a royal tomb. His limit break is to hold them all at once, called Armiger. His default weapons are the Ancient Sword or the Sword of the Father that he receives from Ravus in the last chapter. This is also where Noctis obtains the Ring of the Lucy. Through that he wields the power of the crystal itself in exchange for his own life force. Noctis wears no armor in particular, only his black boots, shirt and trousers and a jacket. There's some alternate outfits though, like the royal raiment or the trendy one. He rather focuses on his agility skills, so tries to avoid physical damage through his ability to warp. Except for the purpose and defense, he can attack with his warping power too, which has an extreme surprise effect. Furthermore, he has knowledge of the 3 magical elements that grow in power the older he gets. Now, what can we say about his personality? As a 20-year-old, he's boyish, shrewd, and a little bit cynic. At the last parts of the game, he comes back as a 30-year-old, and you can see that he's grown a lot more honest, maybe even depressive and determined. One thing that never leaves him through all these years is his loyalty and passion for his companions. Next to Luna Freya and his dad, Gladio, Ignis, and Prompter are like family to him. Spoilers? I mean, they even die for him at the end, and Noctis dies for them as well. You see, there is a deep relationship between these friends. Nevertheless, Noctis exactly knows his duty and does not shy away from it. Can we imagine a combat between Noctis and CECIL? Who might win? They're both very strong. Firstly, I'd say Noctis has definitely more weapons to choose in order to adapt his attacks to the weaknesses of the enemy, while CECIL has only the default weapons of a normal warrior. Secondly, it would be extremely hard to catch the prince, as he would be warping all the time, and waiting for the best moment to start a counterattack. So Noctis gets more hits than CECIL, I suppose, but he has the better armor and higher HP rate. It'd take a long time to weaken him. And the more times he gets hit, the higher is the chance of reaching Noctis, at least a few times, and these strokes of CECIL would come hard. Noctis' expedient could be using magic to gain time. It surely would affect CECIL a lot because he cannot counter with magic, but he can heal himself to full life again and clear off the status effects. I'm afraid Noctis' only chance of healing himself through magic is to combine items with elemental magic. But let's be honest, that is real costly and not quick enough. So he has to focus on his attacks more than on his defense. An ability which could be dangerous for CECIL is the Armiger. It'd knock him out for surely a few seconds and decline his HP rate to a critical level, at least long enough to make him flee battle for a while and recover. They have in common that they're both capable of using the light, the chill ban darkness into oblivion. But if I had to choose the brighter one, it'd be CECIL, for he is not chosen from a crystal, which is already an honor, but from the light itself, like the best and brightest one of all what is goodness. He truly is a paladin, and Noctis is no more than a servant of a crystal that CECIL tries to protect with his companions anyway. So he did actually save a whole world, whereas Noctis only saved his kingdom and its future. It might be a little sarcastic, but I want to add that CECIL was more successful in playing the hero because his friends did survive, in contrast to Noctis's. Who of the most important characters has actually survived in 15? Except for Cindy.
Quite catch that.
My last argument is the bosses they've beaten. Noctis has fought several Espers and Arden, but I think they're both not to set in comparison with Golbez or Zerumus. Perhaps Arden is as strong as Golbez, but no way is he more powerful than Zerumus, for he is the embodied evil. Therefore, CECIL defeated the most evil thing in the world. There is no might that can be more evil than this one, if you know what I mean. Hence, I declare CECIL Harvey the winner. See you in the next Versus series.